Morning.
Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Speaker here. Okay. Just a moment. I'll be back.
Why are you laughing? It's so funny. What are y'all talking about this morning? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Are you there?
We are here.
I'm gonna step aside. I want to sit here. Actually, I'm gonna sit right here. I want y'all to start a conversation. Y'all know what Wednesday mornings are about?
But today's Tuesday, though, no?
Is today Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
We can make it Wednesday, though. It's not a
Okay, it's
problem.
Tuesday. My bad. So, do y'all know the Tuesday morning topic for script practice? This is a quiz. See who knows it. I'm gonna post it in the Google chat just so y'all have it too. So it's buyers on Wednesday morning. So I'm gonna sit back and I want you guys to create and engage a conversation about buyers. So there's a lot of pieces to it. You can be the person asking the questions to get questions out of other people. You can be the person with the question that you want to deliver, or y'all, I want y'all to work on right now without me, build the topic, talk about it. What do you want to work through? So I'll step out of the way and I want you guys to work on what it is in the buyer realm that y'all could use some help on and contribute to. Oh,
Hey,
Laura,
I'm going to jump in.
Laura Polly bailed out. Do you see her? She's like, oh, shit.
I'm going to jump in since, because I'm going to have to go silent here in about 20 minutes. But so I'm going to jump in because I think that's a great layup there. So I'll be a buyer. You said buyer, right?
Yeah, we're working on buyers. So imagine anything on the buy side, from buyer lead generation to executing, negotiating the contract, all that stuff.
Okay. I think a common one today might be So yeah, I've been thinking. Thanks for calling. I've been thinking about buying, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit till the interest rates come down. I just think it's best to wait.
I'm gonna stay completely silent. I want to hear what everybody else has to say.
If nobody jumps in, I'll answer it. But I mean,
Hello, I will say, talking with a client, I usually say, okay, now you know it's time more like a buyer's market, and there is really good opportunities out there. And also, we can negotiate. We can negotiate closing costs, other stuff that can help us to reduce the price and get a good deal. That is what I usually say.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you.
What else? What else does anybody else have to say around that? Because I want to wrap it up like at the end, but I want to hear what everybody else has to say. What would you say?
I mean, I would ask another question. I would say, well, tell me about your current situation, right? Where are you living, and what does that look like? Is it, do you own, and are you, is it costing you money to where you're living now? Are you, is there something about the current situation that you're in that you wish you could change? Because maybe by asking that question, they'll give you the answer.
Man, I think the first thing that you said is the gate opener, right? And I love that. Instead, let's not practice telling people. Let's practice asking questions, right? So let's come up with a flurry of questions. Okay, so your first question was, tell me more about your situation, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, tell me about what you're doing today, right?
Yeah, what are some other questions you can ask? So when somebody comes to you and says, and what was it, Gene? It was about the interest rates, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I should be buying now because the interest rates are high. I want to wait till they come down a little bit.
I want y'all to go simple with it, right? What's the most simplest, curious question you can ask somebody when they say, I don't think I want to buy right now because interest rates are too high?
Maybe I have the answer. They are more concerned about how much they are going to pay monthly for the loan. That is what they bring the interest in their head, because they want to make sure they can afford that payment.
So I want you guys to go simpler. Go, guys. Go don't think like a real estate agent. And this is where we can change the game, homie. I want you to think simpler.
I would ask what concerns you about the current rate.
Yeah, that's a simple question. Why are you concerned about that? Tell me about that. An even simpler question, and this is where I go to with curiosity, is like, where did you get this information? Who told you that the interest rates are too high? Because that's an opinion, right? It's not a fact. If you really looked at facts, 6.6, 6.25, whatever, it's not a high interest rate. If you look at what they were in the 80s when they were paying 10, 20% interest, 15% interest, 18% interest. So it's relative. So if we know they have an opinion, and this is how we can really change people's minds, and it's a slow step, is get real curious and be simple about it. Don't attack it as a real estate agent. Attack it as, man, I wonder where you got this data from. Who taught you that? What paper did you read? Okay. What else, Gene? I saw you got something in there.
No, that's that. I mean, I can think of another one in a minute here, but that's a valid point that you said there, right? You covered that last week too. People just get into these opinions because that's what my dad told me, or that's how my mom conditioned me, or my parents or my uncle or whatever, right? And you really got to stop you got to look at the whole picture, right? I mean, what am I paying? Am I paying rent? And what am I getting out of that? I'm dealing with a landlord, and I'm not building any equity. I don't have any stake in that property.
Gene, I'm going to walk you through. You ready, guys? I'm going to script this in a question and answer. So you brought it up, right?
Go.
Whatever, 6 interest rates. We're going to go really quick through this, but it's going to be slow but quick. And this is why, guys. I'm going to ask the questions it's very small steps, but I'm quickly going to change this person's mind. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So, Gene, you said you're a little afraid to buy a house right now because interest rates are too high, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, where did you get that information that interest rates are too high?
Well, that's what I've heard, right? That's how my family thinks. That's how we've always done it. So, yeah.
Okay, so your family told you, hey, man, interest rates are too high. Don't buy a house.
Yeah. Yeah, they told me it's probably better if I wait to see
Wow, okay.
what happens.
So can I ask you how many family members and which ones told you this?
Well, it was my uncle and my dad.
Wow, okay. And let me ask you a question. How many homes do they own, and how many homes are they buying right now in this market or in like the past 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, they haven't bought anything in the past 5 to 10 years. Yeah.
So we can very easily say they are not active real estate investors, right?
Definitely not.
Okay. So let me ask you, I mean, how do you feel about getting information from people who haven't really been in the market for the past 5 to 10 years?
That's a valid point. I mean, I listen to them because generally they give good advice, but that's a good point.
So let me ask you, if I told you I knew investors that buy 5, 10, 15, 20 homes a month, and they absolutely love buying in this market, how would you feel about that?
I mean, if I had their money, I feel great.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, and it's not really about their money, it's about their knowledge. So if you had their knowledge and you knew that active investors who have made a lot of money in real estate and are doing big things right now are buying houses, do you think it's a good time for you to possibly do what smart people are doing and buy houses too?
Yeah. I mean, I with that perspective, I would definitely look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. So can I tell you something about what I know about real estate?
Sure thing. Go ahead.
Okay. So here's the deal is, if you are afraid because of interest rates and your uncle and your dad are afraid because of interest rates, it's safe to say that the common man is afraid because of interest rates, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we can say, let's say the general population, which is millions and millions of people, are afraid to buy houses in the market, that means that they're not buying houses, right?
Yeah. That's a good,
Okay.
yeah. Right.
And when there's millions and millions of people just like that who believe the same that are not buying houses, that means there's less competition, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah. When there's less competition, then there's a whole lot more houses on the market, and they're fighting for a buyer to pay for their house because there's no competition. Do you think it's a good time to get a better deal?
Yeah. Looking at it that way, it's a good time to look. Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's a simple supply and demand situation, right? So if you know smart people out there investing and buying properties, and you know everybody who really doesn't know a ton about the market is scared and running away from the market, it's probably a good time for smart people to go in and find good deals, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically,
so would you like to be with the masses and uninformed, or would you like to be with the few smart people who are jumping in and making good decisions?
Advantage of the excess in supply, which is basically what I think you just told me is the current situation.
Heck
Right.
yeah. Let's find you a deal. Smell
Yeah,
like
man,
a winner?
I like it.
Do you guys see what just happened there? Did y'all feel that? Did it make sense?
Yeah.
That's
And it was all very simple thought process. Go
yeah,
ahead,
it's
Pete.
education, man.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's kind of bringing me back to something that I always use, which is I call it guided discovery.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
Guided
Guys,
discovery. Yeah.
discovery, when people come to self-actualization or realization, one of the most powerful things you can do with any human being, guys, is go through a process of self-discovery. When you ask questions to unlock people's mind and they realize where they thought they were is not where they really are, and where they thought they wanted to go is not really where they want to go. The problem with most people is they don't know what questions to ask themselves, and they don't know how to unlock their mind and come to realizations. That's why really good coaches can really help people. And they just ask a lot of questions to help people figure out, where am I and where do I really need to go? What's the truth about the situation? And what's the truth about my future? And how do I go and get it?
So some of the things that I do also, Gene, is like when I come across some feedback, basically like the high interest rates. No, I'm going to wait till the interest rates come down. One of the things that I do is whenever I come up against something like that and I don't know how to reply, I'll go ahead and do some research. Okay, I've heard 5 people today talk about interest rates. Let me go ahead and do some research. I'll go back 10 years, 15, 20, all the way back to the 80s and 70s and be like, what were the interest rates at that time? What was the average household, like how much did it cost to buy a home at that point in time too? Because that's what people are going to say. Oh, well, the houses were a lot cheaper back then. Yeah, well, the interest rates and how much everybody was getting paid at their jobs was a lot lower as well. So if you do a little bit of research based on what kind of that feedback you're getting from them, that'll help you make a better argument.
That's a great point, Robin.
Yeah.
That's a great point. And something you just said triggered something in my mind, right? So, and I'll use my daughter as an example. They bought a house, I don't know how many years ago, but they bought it at the time when everybody was overpaying.
Yeah.
So I think they paid like $440 for the house or $420. Today the houses in that neighborhood are selling for $350. So I could, to your point, the research, right? You could go back and do research and say, look, interest rates were lower, but this is what people were paying for homes in this neighborhood. Now you have an opportunity to buy it at this price.
Yep, exactly.
And there's beauty, like, guys, with Claude and ChatGPT and Gemini, guys, there's so much data at your fingertips. And I challenge you to ask better questions, right? Ask your ChatGPT or your Gemini or Claude, say, what do I need to know about today's interest rates? If a buyer comes to me and says, I don't want to buy because the interest rates are high, can you help me do some research to find out if that's a real problem or is it something people are making up? And just keep on asking it questions, and it'll bring in facts and data and all this information. And I will tell you, the most important thing Robin just said was when she makes a bunch of calls and she gets the same question over and over, it's the same behavior as AI. Robin went on a fact-finding mission to collect data. The data was FAQs. What are the frequently asked questions? Once I have a list of frequently asked questions, I can go and find the answers. And when I find the answers, I can almost pre-answer or pre-handle their objections before they even come to me.
Yeah.
I can start asking better questions before it happens.
And also, Gene, I would say when you're having issues with like rebuttaling, get with a seasoned real estate agent. You don't necessarily have to be face-to-face with them, but maybe ask them if they have time for a 10-15-minute call and script practice. So just like you and Ozzy did, so that way you can get a little bit more comfortable, and you can go ahead and you can talk, and then they can go ahead and they can talk. So you can see how they would come back with the answers.
Yeah.
What other questions around buyers do you guys have? Y'all, other than interest rates, what is a buyer conversation? It could be in the contract, could be a negotiation, it could be anywhere. What are y'all running into right now?
So the issue I just had right now with my sale, I was the buyer's agent, was I was having a hard time with the insurance agent. It took us almost like 2 weeks to finally get a policy. And 2 days before closing, she quit and we never actually got the policy. And we had to get like just somebody that jumped in.
So explain what kind of property it was first.
Yeah, it's in Crystal Beach off of Bolivar.
So it's going to be a rare case because you're a coastal property, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you're in a coastal county, it's already tough. When you're on a peninsula or an island, shit, you better be ready for some battles right now in insurance. So just understand that. The other thing is, it's not just the island peninsula. We are in hurricane season.
Yes.
So you better believe these,
The rates are higher.
these insurance companies they're kind of scaling back and they're kind of saying, well, let's hold off, right? If a storm actually hits the Gulf Coast, yeah, they shut their shit down. They're like, nah, we're done right now. So
I have a question on that for Robin, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Robin, did you go to an exclusive agent or did you go to like a broker, like a Goosehead?
I went through Goosehead. I met one of their agents at Cindy Marks's class about a month and a half ago, and she helped us with our policy and also cheaper auto insurance. And so I felt comfortable using her, but in the end, it wasn't a good choice. So you do have to make sure you vet the people that you decide you want to work with, because like I said, in almost 2 weeks, she didn't get us a policy, which that was a particular situation, like Ozzy said, because it is coastal. But also what happened with us is our insurance temporarily got canceled for some reason. My husband takes care of that, so I'm not sure what happened, but it got canceled for some reason. And because she quit, we had to start working with the new agent from trying to figure this whole thing out. So vetting your people and going with preferred, people that we have within our own office is going to be a good way out.
what else, guys? 824. What other buyer conversation help would you guys like?
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a client who qualifies for a loan, $210,000.
Mm-hmm.
$210,000, yes. And then she came to me, and that was 3 months ago. And she came to me, she wants to buy with us, and I present her one lender, and the lender give us just $110,000 as a loan. And she was surprised because why? Say, okay, let's go to another lender. Then the third lender is giving us now $220,000. So I wonder why is the big difference.
Why do you think it's a big difference?
One thing that I heard yesterday from the third lender, she said the client is not comfortable paying more than $2,000 per month for the loan. So maybe I think the loan is different and the interest rate is really higher than the other ones. I'm not sure yet.
So why do you think different lenders will give different outcomes?
They got different programs. They're
Different products, I think.
That's it. Every lender has different programs, guys. Like, there are lenders, I will tell you, they are cookie cutter and they will not take anything that is outside of a box. Like, they won't do down payment assistance. They won't do first time home buyer programs. They won't do anything that is extracurricular or any kind of creative. They're out there. There's some of them that are just bankers. You look at Wells Fargo and Chase and Bank of America, they can be very cookie cutter. Then you have the brokers, and they may have a lot of different programs, but there are some brokers that have a lot of different programs, but they won't touch certain programs that they have in their portfolio because they don't want to work. And then you have the lenders that are like, shit, I'll take anything. Let's go. Like, I'll do anything. I'll get creative. We'll figure it out. So that's a big thing. So yes, you don't ever let one lender tell you what the limit is. If you may shop now, if you go to 5 different lenders and they're all telling you the same thing, you may have the wrong lenders, but chances are you did everything you were supposed to do, and that person's it's just not going to work out right now. They may need to change some things, and that's part of the game too.
And for me, there's 4 lenders that I like to work with. 2, if you don't have the right credit, they just refer you to credit repair, and that's it. Just come back to them when your credit's better. But then there's 2 others that will go ahead and work with the clients, tell them what they need to do, give them a structured paper to do this. And then after all these are done, then we'll move on to the next section, and they'll actually help them with their credit. They don't do it themselves like a credit specialist would, but they do help them along. So you always have to just, if the first one doesn't work out for your client, you just have to be open and you know, get them with somebody else that may work for them better.
Got it?
Thank you, Robin. Yes, thank you, Robin.
All right. It is just about, it's 8:27. We're almost 8:30. It's time for gratitude and bucket fillers, guys. What are you guys grateful for today? If I don't get somebody on, I'm going to call on you. So what are y'all grateful for today?
My baby has been gone since May 29th, and he comes home on Sunday, and I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait to see my baby.
Let's go. What? Did he have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? She busted a magic trick on us. She's a magician.
He has fun, and he's been doing a lot of camps and stuff out in Colorado. But he's gonna be freshman this year. I have 2 kids in high school, but he's so excited. We're all ready for him to just come home and do his thing. But he's had a great freaking summer.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah, I was wondering there was a few missing this weekend. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Sissy was at her mom's, and then Jay was at his dad's. But everybody will be home this weekend, just in time to move and pack their shit. So
And jump straight into football camp and all the other.
literally, he comes home Sunday evening at like 6. Practice starts 5:30 Monday morning.
Yeah, so they're Pearland now, right?
Boy, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's go.
So I wanted to,
I think Tanya was next.
okay.
She had her hand raised, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Tanya. What you got?
I am grateful for my fiance. I got some alarming medical news last week mixed with I've been out of my thyroid medication and my depression medication for my postpartum. So I've had a really, really bad week where I pretty much just wanted bed and I wouldn't eat anything. I didn't want anything to do with the baby. I didn't want to work, just literally nothing. And he just stepped up completely and took the wheel and did everything and was there for me and just kind of let me go through my funk. And I feel like I'm on the other side of it now, luckily, but I would not have made it without him.
Let's go. Hey, you got to change your little picture on here. You got your long hair on here. I'm just messing.
I thought about that yesterday. I was like, what if I go and meet with someone and they're like, who are you?
I had an old picture on my stuff, and some guy was like, "You catfish me." Like I thought you were young. All right, Robin, what you got?
So I wanted to speak on it yesterday, but then I got lost in the event, being grateful for the event. But I'm grateful for my family. My husband, he is the sole provider for us. Whatever I make is just like extra, goes towards taking care of the girls and their wants, their needs, stuff like that. But since I've gone full-time real estate agent, not working anymore as a barber, he's just been full-time provider. And since April, we've been having them in the Y and having them do electives and sports and everything. So I'm so grateful for him. And I'm grateful for my family for also participating in the event that was on Sunday. You know, they're very, when I get into something, I'm always supported. My oldest doesn't always usually join because she's 21 and wants to do her thing, but my younger kids and my husband, they support me and they cheer me on, and they participate when I tell them, okay, we're gonna go do this to give back to the community. They don't give me a hard time or be like, oh, mom, again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just jump into it and they fall in love with it just like I do. And I'm so blessed to have the family that I do. They understand me because just like you, Tanya, I also suffer from mental health issues. And sometimes people don't know how to deal with people that have certain mental health issues and stuff like that. And so I got the right mix of people in my life for a family that just knows how to work with me.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't have family support in this business, look at hard. It gets rough as hell because you're fighting, and you're already fighting to be an entrepreneur and run a business. You're commission based for the most part. You're fighting to make a check, and then when it gets hard and you go home and the people around you're like, really, mofo? You ain't making no money? What are you doing? Like, we don't see you, and you don't make no money. It can be really hard. But if you have people that are really just like, I get it, I'm supporting you, we're rolling through this thing, it changes the whole world 100%. So let's go for family support.
And also, like, real quick on the why electives that we do, we've been doing them since April. And Monday through Thursday, they have activities, and then on Saturday mornings too. So we're able to like keep them into things so they're just not TV babies and tablet babies. You know, they're actually out there doing things.
Swimming.
And
like
so
fish.
it's just amazing that, you know, he does provide the way he does to not just what our necessities are, but then some if we want to do stuff with the kids and, you know, just let them have a good childhood, you know, experience things.
Let's go. Guys, it is Tuesday. We are talking on lead generation. I've got a topic I want to cover, but I want to know from you guys, like, is there something you're doing that is working very, very well? Or is there something you've learned recently that you believe will work well that you want to put into play? Let's leave the floor open. I want to talk about it.
I have something.
Christine, what you got?
I have people follow up is truly works because I have people that are just now coming back to me after I have 3-year and 2-year people that are coming to the surface now. So I'm just want to say that follow up is the key, even if it's just a quick text message or call. People, when you keep following up like that, when they think of real estate, they'll think of you because you've been the one in the front of their mind for a long time. So
100%. It's a communication game. Yeah, like, guys, the reason why we use Follow-Up Boss, or the reason why we track text message, emails, outgoing phone calls, and 2-minute plus conversations is they add up. If you look at the numbers and you're putting up solid numbers, 1,000 points a day, 700, like a substantial amount of communication, you're not calling the same person. It's impossible. I mean, you can get 1,000 points a day calling the same damn person. Mm-hmm. So you have to spread it out. So if you have to spread it out, you're given slow little drips of communication to many different people. A text message to check on this person, an email to give you some update on these people, a phone call to reconnect with this person, a coffee date, lunch date to go deeper in a relationship with these people. And if you do that consistently, it's like dropping little breadcrumbs for people to stay behind you and stay with you and follow up with you. So absolutely, Christine. What else? What other things do you guys want to learn about or that you are doing that is creating great results for you right now in lead generation?
Ozzy, can I say something?
Go ahead, Lori.
Part of my coaching is with the agents and it kind of falls, kind of goes hand in hand with Christine is, as agents, we get so excited about going on buyer's appointments. And then the next excitement is we go on the appointment, we get the signed buyer's representation, and then we get them in contact with the lender. And, 9 times out of 10, they're not ready. Something's going on with their credit, or they got to do something. And in my conversations, in my coaching with our agents, is they don't follow up because their excitement goes down too. So my coaching is coaching the agents to not lose that excitement. Okay, great. They're not ready now. Now, what kind of buyer are they? Are they a B, C, or D buyer? We know they're not an A buyer, right? But when you categorize your buyers, then you can categorize how you contact with them and staying in contact with them always. Not staying in contact with them to say, hey, are you ready to buy? Hey, I saw this house. Like staying in contact with them. Hey, it's Lori. Thought about you today. Just wanted to call and check on you. Is there anything that I can do to help or support you? Hey, this is Lori. What's going on? How's life treating you? How's your summer going? There's so many ways to touch, and I go through this, like touching them, like when there's a storm, checking on them. Hey, it's Lori. Just want to make sure. How did you weather the storm? Is there anything that I can do for you or your family? Like they are going to remember you when they are ready. And you're also working with them, you know, as they're getting ready. So I can't tell you how many agents that I talk to, and they're like, oh my God, I never even thought about that. Yeah, we do get excited about getting the buyer's rep, but our clients feed off of the energy we give them. And imagining how bummed they are because they're so excited. They sat down with the appointment. They were excited enough to sign your buyer's rep. And then they don't get the news that they want to know. Like we have to be there to cheer them up and to make sure that they know, hey, I'm here for you no matter what. And whenever you're ready, I'm going to be the first person you think of because why? I was there like no other agent showed up for any of them. So this is the importance of one, knowing what kind of buyers you have in your pipeline, 2, how to follow up with them, and 3, make sure that you actually do it. So I just kind of wanted to reiterate that.
How often do you recommend following up with them? Every 3 months, every 2 months? What does that look like?
I think this is where we go with, we got to put people, and I don't want this to sound negative, but we place them in buckets, right? So your A bucket, your B bucket, your C bucket. An A bucket is somebody that, let's say, wants to buy within the next 30 days, right? The B bucket could be 30 to 6 months. 30 days to 6 months, right? And then the C bucket is 6 months plus. So your cadence of communication with somebody with 30 days is at least weekly.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really up, they're really going, it could be daily.
I was gonna say,
Right? Your cadence of communication for 30 to 60 days is weekly to bi-weekly to every other week, right? I'm going to put other week. And then your cadence communication for somebody 6 months is probably once a month. Following up once a month, maybe twice a month. So knowing what this looks like. Now this cadence, this could be largely, and this is where we kind of trade things up a little, right? This is largely text, phone, call. I'm just going to call it phone, right? This is largely going to be, it could be text, phone, and some email. This one is going to largely be email with some phone and text sprinkled in, right? So if you really look at it, like this is the level of cadence. One thing you can do autopilot on all these people, and it doesn't mean you have to go show them the damn houses, but every single one of these people in every category, you want to throw a drip in there that you don't have to mess with, put them on a custom search in the area once you find out they want this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms, this many square footage in this area or whatever, set them up with a custom search that emails them once a week. So here's one thing is if every one of the people in all these groups are all getting one email a week, that is one piece of communication that's hitting them on autopilot. You don't have to worry about. The other ones is now you got to go in and do the text and the phone. You got to go do text, phone, email. You got to go do email, phone, text. The email could very well be on this 6-month one, just setting them up on a custom search. And the most underrated thing that we do not talk about when it comes to the realm of follow-up is not what you say, it's the consistency of what you were saying. I want you to think about that. If I got a text message once a week from Chelsea, even though, we're not done, we know how this works. I may not reply because I'm busy. You know how easy it is to click on the text, open up and say, I'm going to get back to that later and forget? How many of you do that? I can't be the only one that's guilty, right? Okay. So this is the deal is, even though they are not responding, consistency is one of the largest ways to build trust in the whole world. Think about it. The people you trust the most are people you talk to every damn day. The people you trust the most are people that reach out to you every day. Like if you have a mom or a sister or a really good friend and y'all like, you talk to them every damn day. There's some of them where you can hang your hat on. They're going to call you every day at 3 p.m. or 5 or 6, whatever it is. You have your cadence, right? But it's not so much the conversation. The conversation takes it to a new level. But the very basic of it is your consistency. If Natalie sends a text message once a week to me for the next 52 weeks, that's a whole year. At the end of the year, I'm going to say, I've never met anybody that's more consistent than Natalie as a real estate agent. And whether I like it or not, inherently, I trust her. Because there's one thing I can count on is she's going to contact me every single freaking week. She's shown me what it's like to be in business with her before I'm in business with her through her consistency, right? Take it to another level. Like, and this is programming, and it's kind of hard to mess with, right? You look at your life and you look at being a parent and things like that. The parent that shows up every day. Well, they might be the favorite because we might not be the favorite all the time because we got to hold them accountable to that bullshit. Right. And sometimes we got to be authoritarian or whatever. I get it. Compared to the parent who shows up once a week or once a month or hardly at all. But it may take us a long time to realize it deep down that it's inside of us. But the consistency of showing up is the game changer. Right? I will tell you, the people that have a hard time understand the consistency of showing up, usually they have a hard time recognizing it in other people. So understand that you can be that person for people. It's kind of crazy. Like, I know you guys, whenever I said that, somebody who communicates with you every day or weekly or is very consistent with their communication with you, there's a really good chance one person or two people or three people popped in your head. They were your example in your mind of consistency. And I'm willing to bet they're also your example of trust. Yeah, they're not perfect. They probably pissed you off and said some shit you don't like every once in a while. Or sometimes you're like, I want to talk to them for the next 2 weeks. Whatever. Mm-hmm. But they've been there for you for years. Years. Mm-hmm. So there's an underlying built of trust. You can do that. Showing up, that's what this is.
And it's also not too late. Like in talking with Delana last week in her coaching call, she openly admitted that she was the fear and the guilt that she had because she had not been following up. Like she didn't want to make that call because she was fearful of the rejection and fearful of hearing, oh, we've already bought a house. Mm. So I challenged her to go back to those buyers that she had signed agreements for and call them and reach out. This was our call 2 weeks ago. Our call last week was, her reporting her follow-up and what she did. And she got nothing but positive feedback. And in fact, she rekindled 2 relationships that now she's showing them. She's actively showing them properties. So
Let's go.
don't let fear get in your way. Like you should let the fact that you could possibly be losing a client be more fearful than a conversation. So
Two of the most powerful like mini scripts that I can give anybody, because this is a big thing. I haven't talked in months. I feel bad. They're gonna think I'm only reaching out just because I want to sell my house. Blah, blah, blah. And you build the story in your head. So one of the most powerful scripts, which I've never heard anybody get upset with, is, "Hey man, I was just thinking about you, so I felt compelled to just give you a call. I thought about you this morning, and I'm like, man, I really got to reach out to Natalie." If I said that to you, if me and you haven't talked in 6 months, right? And I was like, "Natalie, man, I thought about you this morning, and I just wanted to reach out to let you know I was thinking about you. It was on my heart." How does that make you feel?
All warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, shit." And then on it, you're like, "Look at my kids do this. They don't call me like this. My family don't even reach out to me like this. Thank you so much," right? Another one is, and this is like a mini guilt play, is, "Man, I feel so bad. I want to apologize that I have not done a great job of keeping in contact with you."
And then they're like, "I've been just as busy as you are."
Yes, they say, no, it's my fault.
Yeah, they take you up.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so
Don't
sorry.
be scared, just do it.
Two amazing scripts. Man, you were on my heart this morning. I just want to reach out to you and check on you. Another great one is, "I just want to apologize for not doing a better job of keeping up with you and staying in touch with you, because I think about you probably once a month or once a week. And I think I really need to call her and see how she's doing. And I get caught up in the shuffle of the day and I forget, and I feel really bad about that. So I just want to touch with you and see how you're doing."
That's the one I'm going to be working on.
Right? If you just said that, those two things, guys, you remove all the fear, all the guilt, all the doubt, and just go at it. And I'll bet money, maybe 1 out of 1,000 people will be like, "Oh no." The other 999 are going to be like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." Like, they're just, it's amazing what the response you will get. But you create all these stories in your head, and you feel bad, and then you don't do it, and it becomes 1 month, becomes 6 months, becomes a year, and then you feel really like crap. Get rid of those stories in your head and just let people know you were thinking about it. I believe, and this is an important one I want you to take with you, the moment you think of someone, you should write it down if you're busy, and then immediately call them that day. Or if you're not busy, go ahead and find their contact, call them right now. I don't believe God places people here, right, for nothing. There's something there. And to go deep with it, which sometimes I go too deep, right? It could be God's like, they need you now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have no idea what they're struggling with. Please go and do this. And you should not like go against what God's trying to tell you to do.
And for me, I treat everybody like I come in contact with, whether I've only talked to them on the phone or I've actually done business with them. I think of them as a friend. That way, your friends, you're going to reach out to them if you haven't heard from them or something like that. And you're going to be like, "Hey, how are you doing? How's the kids? How's this or that?" So if you think of all of these people that you're reaching out to on a regular basis, maybe you've met up with them, maybe you haven't, and they're still kind of a stranger. But if you think mentally of them as a friend, then it doesn't feel so off and so awkward for you to just reach out to them.
Check on them.
Just check it on them. Give them a phone call. Send them a text. Whatever that looks like for you. But when you keep them in like that client category, sort of, and that's all that they are, it's harder for you to do that. You get messed up in your mind, like she said about Delana, how it was hard for her. Don't think of them like that as a stranger or a client. Think of them as a friend or a family, and treat them like that when you reach out to them, because you don't just reach out to your family or friends if they want to do real estate. So don't treat them like that either.
Oh, no, I was just going on that, like, and just when you think of someone, yes, just call that. Like, I have a friend of mine gave me this note for my birthday, and it was just really special. So I had it on my fridge, and the other day I was passing by and actually saw the letter, and it just reminded me of her. So I called her. I was just thinking about her. Like I told her, like I have your thing on my fridge and I just saw it and I just started thinking about you. And she was just really happy. Like she was just going through some things and with her husband. And so it was just the perfect, time. So just, always just call people. What do you think?
100%. What else? Anybody else? If we're in this realm of lead generation, which is follow up, SOI, communication, anything about this, or is there something else in the lead generation world that you want to talk about? I know for me, like right now, and I just sound crazy. I know because I talk about a lot. I mean, AI right now, like my Cloud Google Chrome extension operating in Follow Up Boss is phenomenal. You can have it. You can say, hey, can you find all the people in Follow Up Boss where I am the agent and I have them source as SOI and bring them to the front of my database and set up a system that tasks me to check on them once a week, either text or email or phone call. And I want to really start staying consistent in that. And it'll go in and it'll create all your tasks. It'll pull up all those people in your SOI that are your people. It'll bring them to the front and it'll set tasks for you and say, oh, you know what? I want to communicate with them once a month, but I want it spread out to where I'm communicating with 10 people a week or 20 people a week or something like that. However you want to build out. First, ask it to bring it to the front and look at your number and say, okay, I've got 150 people in my SOI. Now set up a communication cadence of me reaching out to those 150 people over the next 30 days, not all at the same time. Spread it out over the week so I have an even amount every day, and it'll set your task for you. All you got to do is actually get over your fear, click on the little task button, open it up, and call them and text them and check on them.
All the damn leads.
It's that simple, guys. It's nothing crazy. Anything else? All right, guys, going once, going twice. Let's get an affirmation. Let's get going. We don't have to use the whole time every time, and usually I run over. So I'm going to give y'all time in. I will tell you, if you can get in the office, Ashley has us signed up for the Tom Ferry Summit. It starts at 10:30 a.m. today. Yesterday, I got some really good stuff out of it. SOPs that you can place into your business using Claude that'll program them for you. It gives you every step. All you got to do is copy and paste it into your Claude, and it will automatically create your standard operating procedures, and it creates like an agent that can help do the work for you. It'll blow your mind, but that's what I picked up yesterday. They talked a lot about placing AI in your business. They also talked a lot about, they did some awesome listing presentations. We got 2 more days of it, guys. If you can get here in the office, I challenge you to get in there. Talk to Ashley. I know if you could contribute, we really want $50 per person. She paid over $450 for it. But guys, it's a world-class education. I wouldn't miss out. If you're not programming your mind and your business, you need to start investing in it. So y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's get an affirmation. Everybody up. What are we going to say today? What you focus on expands.
Make the damn calls.
Oh, here's one. Love on your people. Man, love on your people. We talked about it today, dealing with your SOI, reaching out to people when they come to your mind, making sure just make the call. So guys, take some time today to love on your people. This could mean for some of you, maybe you go home a little early and go hang out with your family. This could be reaching out to people right now whenever they're on your mind. There's a lot of different ways to think about it, but love on your people. Y'all ready?
Yes.
I need at least one camera on. Can we get a camera on? Oh, there we go. Jacqueline, here we go. Love on your people. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Love on your people. Love on your people. Love on your people.
Morning, good morning. What up, what up?
I know, right?
Good morning, good morning. All right, it's lead gen time. Handle your business, make your calls. Let's go.
Right there with Ava, but I want you to
I'm super excited today.
I got you.
Well,
Are you microwaving coffee?